Hey all you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNI toy review. And today's review is in association with JediInsider.com, your #1 news source for everything Star Wars. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi figure from Hasbro. Now this figure comes packaged in the same style that we see with all the Black Series figures. You've got the black box with the Black Series logo up at the top. The figure's clearly displayed with the red background. Down below you've got an image of Obi-Wan Kenobi and the name. On the side of the packaging you have the red border. Now here in the United States this figure is being sold as a Walgreens exclusive, and being an exclusive it does not have a number. And then on the back of the packaging you've got the brief bio in multiple languages. Alright, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging along with the other contents. Now the only accessory you get with this figure is Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber. So like with all the lightsabers we see in this line, you've got the hilt, which is, with this one, you've got some nice gold metallic paint on it, and then you've got the black for the handle with some sculpting detail. You've got the little knob here at the end so that you can plug it into the figure's belt. It looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber from the movies. The gray portion is just plastic. There's really no paint applications, but I do like this metallic gold that they included. And then you have the blue blade with the translucent plastic, and that is removable. You can unplug it from the hilt. And then, like I said, you've got this little plug here, and you can take it, and even with this figure, they've included a little hole in the belt so that you can plug it in and he can store it there when he's not actually using the lightsaber. Okay, so for the figure itself, now if you've never watched anything but the movies, you've never seen the cartoons or read the comics, then you're probably scratching your head wondering, when did Obi-Wan Kenobi actually wear clone trooper armor? And in the movies, of course, he never did, but this look was actually created for the cartoons, the Clone Wars cartoon. That's where it first appeared. So, essentially this is a cartoon-based figure made to look like, had he worn this in the movies, this is what it would look like. So first of all, with the head sculpt, I think they've done a really good job of nailing Ewan McGregor's likeness. I love the way the beard looks on this one. I like the wash that they've used in the hair sculpt. They've got the hairstyle down really nice. Skin tone is good. Even the eyes are probably the weakest thing about the head sculpt. One thing I did notice is it looks like they forgot to paint a little portion of his beard where it meets up with the rest of his hair on the right side. You don't have that on the left side. It connects all the way on the left side, but on the right side it looks like they did forget to paint that little portion of his beard there. So, again, I think they've done a really nice job capturing the likeness of the actor. And if you're wondering if you can take this head sculpt and use it on your regular Obi-Wan Kenobi figure, the answer is kinda. The head does fit on the body and actually looks pretty good. The problem is that it doesn't fit tightly. This ball that they use on this figure is smaller, so the head just kind of fits loosely. I can just set it there. So you'd have to do some, workings to make it a tighter fit. So you could probably do it if you wanted to, wouldn't be that difficult, and definitely this new head sculpt looks better than the one that actually came with this figure. And here's a comparison of the two head sculpts, and this one was god awful, so yeah, this one definitely looks much better. And then for the rest of the figure, it's basically just a clone armor, so you've got the bright white and then the black. No really any paint wash or anything. He's very clean looking. They could have added some, scratch marks or some dirt and stuff, but they gave him that overall clean look. I do have a little bit of bleeding of white onto the black here on the right arm, there at the elbow, but otherwise, fairly solid looking. He's got, for his Jedi robes, he's got the cape, which is a soft goods cape, no hood or anything. It just kind of connects in. It's all one piece basically, so I kind of like how they've done that. You've got these circle tabs up here on his chest, so they've strung the soft goods material through those and then down under his belt to form the skirt pieces, which are also soft goods. So again, this is all one piece. This cape and everything is all one piece, but I like how they've done it, and I think it actually looks pretty good on the figure. And even though we've never seen the actual actor wear this armor, that might change very shortly. If you've been following the news out of the D23 Expo convention this weekend, it was just announced and confirmed that the actor would be returning for an Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series on the Disney Plus service. So, we may actually see him in this armor yet. Now, this figure stands just a hair over 6 inches tall. And here's a full-on comparison with the previous Black Series Episode 2/3 Obi-Wan Kenobi. And again, I just can't get over how much better this new head sculpt looks over that previous one. And then here's a comparison of the Episode 1 Black Series Obi-Wan Kenobi that Hasbro's done. Here's a comparison of the Black Series Clone Trooper, and you can see that these two armors look almost identical. Really the only difference is these little tabs up here on his chest for the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure, but otherwise the sculpting detail is pretty close. The belts look pretty much the same, and same with the armor and everything. And here's a look at the figures from behind, and even though you can't see like this little square piece on the back of this new figure, the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure, because of the robe is covering it, you know, if you feel it, you can see it's actually still there. So it's got all the same detailing. Same with the belt. You've got that little tube piece on the back of the belt. So again, pretty much the same armor between the two figures. You've just got the added robes. And if you wanted to give your Obi-Wan Kenobi figure a helmet to go along with the armor, you can take the head from the regular clone trooper and it will fit on this body. Here's a comparison of the Black Series Battle Droid figure. Here's a comparison of some other Black Series Clone Commander figures. Here's a comparison of the Black Series General Grievous figure. And then finally, here's a comparison of the original Black Series Revenge of the Sith Anakin Skywalker. Okay, now for articulation, you get pretty good head movement. You can turn the head to the left and to the right. He can look down really good, and then he can look almost straight back, so you get really good back movement with this one. You don't really have any head pivot, a little bit, but not too much. And then with the arms, you do have those shoulder pads, so that limits some of the movement. That's about as far out as you can get the arm. You've got good rotation there at the arm, even with the robes and everything. You've got the bicep swivel. You've got the double hinged elbow, but that's about as much as you can bend the elbow because of the armor pieces. You've got rotation with the hands. You do have the hinges on the hands, so you've got down movement, but because of the armor pieces, you really don't have much in the way of up movement. He does have a midsection joint, but he can't crunch forward very much. That's about as forward as he goes. And then he doesn't go back really at all. You get rotation there at that midsection joint and really not much in the way of pivot. Then with the legs, he can only do the splits about that much. You can get the leg forward good. He can get his leg up high, and then he can do his leg back pretty good as well. You get the thigh swivel. You get the double jointed knees, so good bending there at the knees. And then with the feet, you have hinges, so up and down movement. And you do have ankle pivot with this one, and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that's my review. So overall, I really like this figure. I think the head sculpt is vastly improved over the previous one that they did, so that's really the star of this figure. The figure itself is basically just a clone body with the added soft goods robes, but that doesn't bother me because I think it captures the look from the cartoon, and I've always liked this look for the character. And who knows, maybe we'll see the actual actor wearing this armor at some point in his new TV series. Now this figure here in the US is going to be a Walgreens exclusive. It is not yet available at Walgreens, but should be probably in the next few months. The figure is currently hitting overseas. I got mine from Robot Kingdom. They started shipping these out last week. We'll have a full image gallery up at JediInsider.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, like the video if so inclined, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And of course, you can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.